So I'm recording now, because I might do a little podcast with this interview. We're talking. He's a broadcast professional out on the West Coast, California. What is your take on the current state of the media?
You weren't recording all that before?
Nah, blood, because I decided I need to let people know before I start recording, because it's just better for the legal issues.
Oh, you don't get me when I'm in my rant. If you catch me when I'm in my rant, catch me then.
But I'm saying your station just experienced some layoffs. I mean, what's the mood like? What's the vibe like?
People are pretty sarcastic about it. People are pretty. Anytime people are laid off, people start to question their own worth, what their value is, what they add to the organization, what their, how much longevity they have. They start to contemplate other opportunities. They start to think about the industry in general, what's coming next. So, the editors that I work with, the consensus seems to be that editors and photographers go untouched when the layoffs happen. And that's because, in my opinion, that's because we have skills. We have transferable skills that are undeniable when the deadline comes, pretty much. The people who get let go are those who consistently don't make their deadlines, who lollygag, or who, for one reason or another, aren't seen as adding anything beneficial to the operation. And that's always, that can always be debated. But a lot of things, I heard a rumor that, the disposition of one of the reporters wasn't liked by the news director or the assistant news director. The physical appearance of one of the reporters wasn't liked by the assistant news director, and so that's why that person isn't there anymore. This isn't a business where you get selected as to be the anchor or the reporter or the talent based on what you bring. It's based on what you look like. Excuse my language. It's based on what you look like. So you can kick ass, go above and beyond the call of duty, send stand-up teases, send raw tease footage to the editors, have all your font times, have your package approved and ready to go before the air ever hits, consistently day after day, and still lose your job. Because somebody doesn't like the way you look. It's not journalism, dude. It's a fashion show. It's an image job. It's like a football team with the cheerleaders and the players and the water boys and the trainers and the coaches. And everybody plays their part. It's a football team. It's a fashion show. It's entertainment. It's not news. Don't let them tell you it's news. I'm sorry. It's not news. It's entertainment. That's it. That's the business. The dude who trains harder, the dude who trains hardest, he's the one who gets traded out first. Why? He could have helped the team make the championship next year. He could have won the Emmy Award. He could have been the journalist who broke the story and who asked the complex questions, but it's not about that shit no more. Don't worry about the complex question. Just look good. Just look good. Just make people feel like they're a part of your world. Make people think that it's going to be all right, or scare them into knowing that it's not all right, but they're safe from where they're sitting and the face they're looking at is pleasant enough that they don't have to worry. That's the business. That's my station. That's your station. That's all stations. Spread the cancer. Raise the gas prices. You have no power as a consumer. You are to continue buying. We'll put this beautiful person here to tell you that you have no control over the prices and that you cannot, there's nothing you can do to influence that. You can't protest that because it's just a fact. If they change the numbers on the displays, that's the price you will pay. How come bridge tolls are not $12 yet? How come the states haven't gotten up to speed with what the gas companies have been doing? People will pay more if you just change the sign on the numbers. What? the numbers on the sign. People will pay the price of the numbers on the sign. People used to bitch about $4 tolls. People would pay $25 for toll if they had to now because they're paying $4 for gas. People will do whatever the signs say do. If the sign says stop, they'll stop. If the sign said put your thumb in your ass, people will put their thumb in their ass. And it just depends on what icon or what logo stands behind the sign. You'll do whatever they say you to do, tell you to do, blood. That's the business. I don't know. It's not even the news business. It's the culture. Like you asked me what the culture of my station is. Look outside. That's the culture. The 23-inch rims, but your ass is in an apartment. You know what I'm saying? Your car is worth more than your property, blood. And you're paying rent to somebody who owns their shit.
So what about the argument? Because I'm just gonna have to ask this question because, as a journalist, the craft of journalism is supposed to contribute to a democratic society where people are informed about what's going on in their community, in their nation, in the world. Are you trying to say that doesn't happen on any level in any newsroom?
I mean, what's happening is the people with money have influence over the people telling you what's going on. So the position that you're going to take is one that's sympathetic to you continuing to consume to support the corporations that put shit on the air. You're going to pay for my commercial. You're going to pay for my commercial because you're going to buy my product. You know what I mean? I'm going to make it seem like it's better for you because I'm telling you about something you didn't know about. No. You're paying for my commercial. You're paying for my commercial, but the corporations, in essence, have influence. Like, all corporations have influences. They trade chips. They trade resources. The democratic process is, I have a friend. My friend works for a news station. I've got a new product. It serves this community. I'm going to call my friend at the news station and have him come do a story on how my product helps these kids quicker turn around their college essays, or my product helps these kids prevent getting shot at school, or my product helps these kids. But I'm a business person. I have a friend on the inside. That's democracy. Knowing people. Not I believe this and you believe this and we're all going to decide what's better for everybody. No. Get it right. I know somebody. They have influence and power. I'm going to rub elbows with them, wink at them, trade a couple chips with them. We're going to get some exposure to our program. Our program is going to get more traffic. We're going to make more money. I'm going to make more friends. I'm going to have more influence. I'm going to wink at more people. I'm going to trade more chips. That's democracy in America. The news is not a good example of a democracy because the people who are in place have had to earn their position and have had to follow agendas for years. So by the time they get in their power positions, they're no longer questioning anything. They are working for the program towards getting optimal viewership, towards drawing the audience in, towards exaggerating teases, towards drawing the audience in, towards keeping people tuned in by having the most attractive people on screen, by looking at when you lose viewers in relation to what story was on air, and then attributing the loss of viewership to not necessarily the product of the story, but the person who's delivering the story. It's all about image. Don't bring this to me about news being democratic. It's about image. It is about democracy. Then why don't you have more people of different types, classes, profiles telling the stories? Because it's about image. And so democracy then is out the window. It's about who looks good, blood. That's my opinion, blood. I've been in it for 10 years now. It's about image. It's about who looks good. Ain't got nothing to do with information. It's about who you know. It's my opinion, though. It's not, and nobody on the inside will say that nobody on the inside will affirm what I'm saying is being true. I don't think that they will because they're going to be concerned about how it makes them look, their image. You know what I mean? Like what I'm saying would somehow suggest then that it's not quite as community oriented as it appears to be.
We've been spending a few minutes with news editor out in California. I do appreciate your time, homie. We'll hit you on the next one.
All right.